I sat down to record today, and I saw Cliff Beats post on his community page. Had an own internal discussion in my own brain, and with a couple people on my Discord, and some other content creators. I even sent a message to Cliff in his Instagram. I don't know if he's gonna see it, but basically saying that like it sounds like YouTube is specifically targeting him. I'll put a picture up here of what he posted just so you guys can see it. Basically him talking to YouTube support, asking, why there's lockdowns on his channel, why there's a drop in viewership, is he being blocked, why are there certain videos causing him to get demonetized, those questions that are important. And he basically asked, like, if there is a specific video that is causing this to happen to me, let me know and I'll fix it. And they basically told him that we don't know what that is, we can't tell you, which in my opinion is absolute bullshit, because YouTube has all these analytics, they have all of the technology, it's run by Google, one of the biggest, most prominent industries out there, or companies out there. They have that info, they just don't want to give it to him for whatever reason. So I'm a nobody, but I reached out to Cliff saying like, look, it looks like they're targeting you. I want to help you somehow, some way if I can. And I went on, continued working, went about my day. And then he posted this video, or he went live, basically saying, I went to Google headquarters. Here's what they told me. We're going to watch about 3 or 4 minutes of it. There's a lot in the video. I suggest you go watch it. It's the link is down below in the description, but it's bad news, guys. I've been saying for the last 2 weeks that reaction channels are going to go down. They're going to basically get rid of all the reaction channels. Okay. It's just because it's a nightmare for them, copyright wise, monetization wise. They're at the risk of getting sued for all of this stuff, especially with some of these big streamers who are basically getting millions of dollars to just go on stream for 4, 5, 6 hours a day and react to copyrighted content. Now, not every reaction channel is like that. I don't go on here, react to somebody else's content, make money, and don't give them their light of day, right? I'm supporting the original artist. Cliff's one of the better ones at doing that. Before we get into the video, one of the other things I saw on there that was kind of crazy was they basically told him in the chat that he cannot, or any content creator cannot promote themselves or other content creators or artists, which is completely asinine. Nowhere in the TOS does it say that, so I'm wondering if they're editing that now, but this is just getting out of hand. So I want to watch this, and I want you guys to kind of see what he said, because he went directly to the source. Well, I guess it's a sub headquarters, because he didn't go to the one in San Francisco. It's probably gonna be the next step, but I want you guys to kind of see what's going on here. So let's watch a few minutes of this.
You can tell, like, my eyes probably look bloodshot as shit. I haven't really slept. I was up all night kind of planning out what I was going to do. So I went on a last ditch effort mission today. I went to the north side of the city where I just said, this is where they have a headquarters for Google. And let's say I finally got some answers. I got some answers. Thank you, first off, to Google for actually helping me versus YouTube. Now, I did not know this, but according to Google, now listen, I'm taking everything with a grain of salt, but the person I spoke to seemed very convincing and did not seem like they were blowing smoke up my ass, and almost seemed like they were, I'm gonna say almost, it seemed like they were on my side, not to make me happy, but to explain what's going on from their side of things. According to Google, YouTube has kind of broken off and done their own thing, even though Google owns them. So there's conflict of interest within the company between Google and YouTube / Alphabet Inc.
So this Alphabet Inc. This happens a lot in companies that have subsidiaries. Most of the time what happens is, that subsidiary can go rogue, and they'll either sell that off to another company or completely demolish it and start anew, or they'll try to work with that subsidiary to kind of get back to the main company's vision, right? This happens a lot in business, so I'm not going to say that this is crazy, that it's weird. However, YouTube is a big portion of kind of Google's profit. So I'm very surprised that they're just allowing this to happen. By the way, this video is gonna be unedited. I'm gonna add music to it maybe and clean up the picture, but other than that, this is gonna be unedited. So you're getting kind of a no script off the riff. It's a homage to Cliff. So just bear that in mind. But yeah, it's very common, honestly, in this type of stuff. But let's keep going and hear what he says.
What's the word? Me and Twitch watching too. I appreciate you, Dominic. Thank you. What it comes down to is this. Google is aware of what's happening with YouTube and the platform. But there is nothing that they can do to stop what YouTube is doing. They looked into my channel. They basically said, you are being targeted. We do not know what for. And this is their words, it seems as if you're being shadow banned. We don't know why. We don't have that information. We suggest you to hire an attorney and fly out to California and just show up at their office. They have a main office, I guess, out in California.
Right. Those of you who don't know, I used to live in the Bay Area, would pass by that Google headquarters pretty much for 3 or 4 years when I would go to work in San Mateo. So I would pass by there. So he said that he didn't think they were blowing smoke up his ass. I think this is Google trying to cover their ass over their subsidiary company of YouTube, basically saying like, look, I can't tell you anything, even if I wanted to. So I do suggest you get a lawyer. I don't necessarily know if they're saying that he could win anything or what, but they're basically saying like, there's nothing we can do to help you, so you're gonna have to help yourself.
Because after I explained my case and everything going on with me, other creators, they're aware of it, but they can't do anything about it. YouTube is kind of broken off and gone against what Google wants. It's all for ad revenue. I didn't go in there angry. I went in there in the most polite manner I possibly could, which actually got me to have a seat with somebody and talk to somebody there. And it was kind of just mind-boggling to hear that one company that owns another company is basically has their hands tied with a company that they own that is kind of driving themselves into the ground. Word for word, basically said it seems what YouTube likes to do is they push certain content creators to the top and they want to keep other content creators at a baseline. They don't want them creating a certain type of revenue. They have a certain narrative that they want to push that Google does not even agree with. This is all YouTube. Google is basically saying like it's out of our hands. There's no tech support team here with us. Even AdSense is third party. Like basically there's not much Google can do. This is a YouTube issue, and YouTube has implemented new laws basically saying like they can't be sued for anything because they.
Yeah. So I've been saying this for a while too, and this isn't me saying, "Oh, look, I was right." It's more so like the writing has been on the wall, and it's almost like crazy to think that now it's all coming to fruition. Like, you know, he said about the narrative and them pushing their own narrative and pushing certain content creators to the top, and they want specific ones at the top and other ones they're going to kind of shadow ban, whatever. Look, one can generalize this and play it down and say, it's just business. Using Sniper Wolf as an example, what she did, in my opinion, is horrendous, especially if somebody has a family, to go to somebody's house, take a picture of their house with somebody that's like has millions of followers, putting the address and saying this is where they live. Like, that is a breach of trust. Okay. She did that. She's done some other shit. She's gone to jail and stuff. Like, personal life, I can give some passes because people make mistakes, right? But when you're going in to somebody else's well-being and putting that at risk, that's where I don't have any sympathy for you. And YouTube did nothing. Why? Because Sniper Wolf's one of their main creators, makes the most money for YouTube. Okay. What has Cliff Beats done? He hasn't done jack shit. He's there helping independent artists, boosting them up, boosting up a lot of reactors when he can. He promotes other reactors. He promotes independent artists, and they're targeting him. Sniper Wolf's just fine. They're targeting fucking Cliff. It makes no sense.
Basically, there's not much Google can do. This is a YouTube issue, and YouTube has implemented new laws basically saying like they can't be sued for anything because they've been having these internal conflicts with AdSense with Google. So this is a Google problem or a YouTube problem. But at least now I have some answers.
Yep.
The gentleman I spoke with basically told me the only thing I can do is continue to make content the way that I do, the way they see it. I'm not breaking. They even asked, like, they didn't ask. They said, we haven't changed any terms of services. There have been no changes in agreements. I don't know why they would tell you this information. It makes absolutely no sense. You are being targeted. And it was kind of like, I hear it from you guys, or I hear from some people like, you're being targeted. Oh, you're being, and I'm like, look,
I was one of them.
I'm really a big conspiracy theorist. I'm a realist, and I'm like, I take it with a grain of salt. Like, okay, man, I'm being targeted, sure, whatever. Maybe I'm just caught up in some fucked up algorithm. When I hear it straight from an employee at Google saying, like, you're being targeted, at least now I know what's going on. And it's not for any particular reason. It's just because he said because I grew too fast.
That's the key right there.
I grew too fast in the beginning when we gained 120,000 subscribers in 9 months.
Okay. There's 20 more minutes to this that I do think you guys should watch because it's very, very interesting. That growing too fast thing, it's not just that he grew too fast. What happens when you grow fast like that is multiple things. YouTube has an algorithm that keeps track of how fast people grow. If people grow too fast, they think about, okay, is this a fake account? Is it a spam account? Are they using bots to grow fast? Why are they growing so fast? Is it, smut content? What type of content are they putting out there? So it put him kind of in their vision, in their scope to kind of highly critique his channel. When that happened, they found out he's promoting a lot of these independent art. And again, this part of it here is speculation moving forward from what I'm saying. They found out he's promoting a lot of independent artists. He's promoting a lot of other content creators that are reactors. He's promoting a lot of people who are not on the mainstream, who aren't bringing in any revenue into YouTube, right? The main thing here, money. When they found that out, he got targeted because of how quickly he grew. He ended up being kind of like a pioneer head for these reactors who are doing a lot of independent artists, myself included. This is what has happened now to Cliff because he decided to be a good dude and basically boost these independent artists, right? I there's more to it than that. I'm sure there's more to it than that. But 100%, I've been saying he's been targeted. I'll show you again my message to Cliff. It was about an hour, like 30 minutes to an hour right before he went live. So it's not like I sent that after he said he was being targeted. I said, you're being targeted. It's what it sounds like. And then he posted this. So it is what it is. Look, I'm going to keep posting what I post. Like he said, I'm talking to Jesse about this, who's talking to Dom, who's cool with Cliff, because like I said, I'm a nobody. So I got to go through some channels. But if I can help Cliff out, but even just being another person there to bring out my perspective on this, I'm close to San Francisco. I'm 2 hours away. So if he wants somebody else to go there and be back up with him, I mean, I'm a tiny little fucking dude with no muscles, but I can be there for support. I can be there to help out, support, give my 2 cents. I'm willing to help. Like, I have no financial kind of requirement in this. I'm not gaining anything. I mean, I have a little bit of, making a little bit from members and stuff on here, but this is not like my livelihood, and it's not Cliff's livelihood either, but it's not my livelihood. So like, if I can help out, I will definitely go ahead and help out. I want to help. Look, I love YouTube for what it's done for me and for my life, but honestly, it's the community that's done that. And I hope that the community, we can find ways to, or other ways to kind of communicate, whether it's Patreon, Rumble, whatever it might be. I hope that either this gets fixed on YouTube or we find another platform when this happens. But I've been saying for the last year and a half that by 2025, 2026, Reactors channels, they're gonna go away, and it's just the name of the game. And that is why my content is going to change. That is why a lot of Reactor content is going to change or completely go away. We've already seen a lot of them happen and go away. So yeah, I mean, look, Cliff, I don't know if you'll ever see this. I don't know if you will. If not, you don't have to take me up on this. I want to help you. If you need me to drive out to SF when you're there to help you out, we can talk about it. I'll put in my 2 cents on the whole thing. I'm willing to help some way, somehow. We need to get a group of people together. I can go through channels and communicate and get people in here. If we can find somebody with kind of a bigger voice too, that would be awesome. But I'm willing to help you. I'm willing to help all of the reactors. So let me know, man. Even if I don't get a response, at least I put it out there. So anyways, my normal exit on this about good vibes, but honestly, this wasn't really a good vibe. So we'll see what this comes to. I appreciate y'all. Stay safe.